Well, here we go. An unspecified amount of time later, I've dropped off some of the gear, some of the tools, and I've repaired the AK Alpha. So, that is that old AK that we picked up a long time ago. Chambered in 7.62x39, and it didn't cost me almost anything. I bought a little bit of ammo for it. I bought a bunch of sights to test them out on this thing, but yeah, overall, it didn't really cost me anything. I have a suppressor on it, which is going to be pretty neat. And it is chambered, like I said, in 7.62x39, so the older traditional round for the AK platform. I'm curious to see how the round will perform. Like, there's a reason 5.45 is a little bit more popular in the zone. It's a little bit cheaper, so that's part of the reason, but it also has slightly better armor-piercing capabilities. However, 7.62 has more kinetic energy and is a bigger round, so there's a little bit more oomph to it. Also, the armor-piercing ammunition for 7.62 isn't amazing. And it only comes in full metal jacket or armor-piercing, so that choice, in that sense, is a little bit, I guess, I don't want to say reduced, but we're sort of not exactly spoiled for choice when it comes to that. As far as everything else is concerned, it's pretty much the same old, really. I have just some tools with me, some kerosene for cooking, and I'm looking for an expert set of tools before I head on out of here, basically. That's about it. Yeah, I didn't pay for any of the truces. I am going to test this weapon out in Limansk. As far as the other sniper rifle is concerned, it works great, it's phenomenal. There's the scope, I mean, look at that. Lapua 338 Lapua Magnum, pretty much the same as our previous rifle, just a bit better long distance capability, and unfortunately I don't have any magazines for it. There were no magazines for this weapon in the Merc base, so I'm hoping to find some out on the field, or honestly, even if I don't, it's fine. I can make it do with just one magazine, just extract it, load it manually, put it back in manually. That's fine. But to Limansk to test our new gun. Блять! First thing I've noticed about 7.62, it kicks like a mother trucker. Like, there's a lot of kick to it, but it does translate to more stopping power. So I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ow. Running out of ammo.
Я зайду с другой стороны. Сейчас ты будешь... Я войду его и уничтожу. Монолита.
Not sure if there's more guys over in that direction. I'm hesitant to switch rifles. I saw him. Oh fuck. Okay, I'm out. Gotta move, gotta reload. Oof, I'm really out of ammo. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna take... My ceramic insert is just dead and gone. That's 12,000 rubles worth of money. It's gonna take ages to get used to this recoil. And I'm genuinely tempted to just cut my losses and move on. There were two of them there. It looked like... It looked like some really bad news for me in this weapon, but there were actually two of them, and in retrospect, that was fine. 4, 5, 6, 7. Ceramic insert is completely broken at this point. I also picked up this advanced anomaly suppression thingamajig. See, you can feel the extra recoil. It's blatantly obvious. But at the same time, I feel like it's... I don't know, I feel like there's a kick to it, but I'm really missing the armor-piercing capability. And you gotta remember that the ammunition for this thing is a lot more expensive. Okay.
Ты будешь ликвидирован.
Yeah, let's go sit here for a minute, yeah? Okay.
Уничтожим его, братья.
Ammo full.
Враг не обнаружен. Продолжаю поиск.
I'm really hoping that I'm gonna be able to clear them out at least from here. Like... Jesus. Yeah, I know how low the mighty have fallen, etc., etc., but...
Я обойду его и уничтожу. Нужно прикрытие. Обойду его. Помогите мне.
I'm not sure why I hear the whizzing sound here and not anywhere else, but... I mean, it's not like it matters, but... Yeah. Okay, ammo on this one, full. Okay, good. I'm gonna switch rifles now to check if there's more coming down the road. No. From this side doesn't look like it. Get to looting. I'm gonna want all the ammo. All the patches and everything else is more like a bonus. Man, a lot of people just died here. Or something. That was yeah. Whew, okay. It looks relatively clear, right? At least as far as I can tell. Kind of amusing how the moment I went in, a mercenary squad sort of went in after me and they all died. Like, almost literally stepping out of the gate there. They're all just gone. Nope, too broken to sell. That's some more fighting, but off in the distance. So that should be good. All these hands as well. So this was kind of like the... I mean, in many ways it was the ultimate test for this weapon against the most heavily armored targets I could possibly find. And, well, it behaved the way it did. It wasn't ideal by any stretch of the imagination, but I am alive, so I'm not quite sure what to make of all of this. Ultimately, the question is, do I keep the gun and the setup, or do I get rid of it? This guy. Or do I get rid of it for something more? More is not the right word. I mean, if we're considering caliber for something less, you know, strictly speaking. But do I get rid of it for something, better armor-piercing capability? That is the question. And I genuinely don't know what to say. It's, I really like the gun, I really do. It's, like, visually I absolutely love the gun, but is it going to get the job done? Is the only question. Needs asking here. The full metal jacket rounds, I think, are going to be, or rather are, absolutely terrific against almost anything that you would shoot full metal jacket at. So I feel like they're going to be good against mutants, they're going to be good against less armored targets. I feel like it is genuinely a very good weapon. And then there's always the but. But the armor-piercing capabilities of this thing are really not good. I mean, I love the silencer as well. It just looks good. Okay, aesthetically, it passes all of the check marks. Flying colors, goddammit. But armor piercing, armor piercing, armor piercing. Ooh, Green Dragon. Yes, Please, Lapua Magnum, yes, please. PSO scope isn't worth that much, but it'll do. Okay, and this guy managed to get himself on top of the car somehow. I like your pistol, buddy. Okay. Let me check again that I looted all of these. Can I grab another suit? No, not really. Alright, I'm out of here. Yeah, I don't know. Not great, but not bad either. Tough choice. After that experiment and much deliberation about different calibers, armor penetration capabilities of different bullets, different platforms, etc., etc., I've come up with a plan. Basically, out of all my raids in Limansk thus far, I have learned something, believe it or not. It's not just that I was running in, you know, killing people, sometimes more or less successfully, and running back like a scared little girl. No, I did actually learn a couple of things. What did I learn? The Monolith have stupid good armor. Even on some of their lighter troops, quote-unquote, they still have good plates underneath. They have Kevlar, they have ceramics, they have good plates underneath all of that. Even some of their science suits and stuff like that. Especially the exoskeletons, the Nosorogs, the etc, etc, right? The experimental stuff, apocalypse helmets, etc, etc. There's all sorts of stuff that they have in terms of protection that's really powerful. And a all-purpose round, such as 5.56, 5.45, even 7.62 to an extent, is not going to cut it. Those rounds are great. All-purpose rounds in general. They're even fine against fighting a limited amount of Monolith, but when engaging against a whole city full of the bloody bastards, I need something better. As we've seen, I've cleared out the streets with 7.62. Mind you, it took a lot of ammo and it was unnecessarily complicated, and yes, sometimes it took 3 or 4 or 5 headshots into a person to knock him down. That's not good. I mean, it can get the job done. It's better than not having anything. It's still a bullet. It will still kill, regardless of their protection. Eventually it will pierce the armor, and eventually, you know, you will get lucky and you will kill someone, but it's not good enough against areas in which there are a lot of Monolith. 5.56 would do fine in something like army warehouses, where there's a couple of Monolith squads littered about the place, right? There could be one at the helicopter crash site, one at the gate, maybe one down in Bloodsucker Village, and you clear them out one by one and that's it. General purpose rounds, even 7.62, are going to be fine in places like that. However, if I go north, I'm going to need something serious. I'm going to need bigger rounds. I'm going to need armor-piercing rounds of a larger caliber. That is where weapons like the Scar H come in. That is where, generally speaking, battle rifles come in. Not assault rifles, but battle rifles. Larger caliber weapons, larger platforms, heavier weapons in every sense of the word. However, right now I'm not going north of Dead City. I'm not going north of Radar. I'm not going to fight Monolith predominantly. I still have other things to do down here. So, what I did is I've stored pretty much all the parts, all the ammo, all the magazines and everything. I mean, this storage has like 200 kilos in it, but yeah. And I've stored my M4 Tactical, I've stored the AR-15 Hera, I've stored the AK-12, the AEK-971, which is one of the better weapons and really underrated. I should, I mean, 900 rounds per minute, 83 accuracy. This is 650 rounds per minute, 82 accuracy. Slightly better handling, but yeah, I mean, AEKs are really underrated. I should pay more attention to that weapon, but anywho, I've stored all of that away, and I've bought myself a VSS Merc. So, the VSS Merc is a integrally suppressed weapon, chambered in 9x39, comes with regular SP5 ammunition and AP ammunition, and with it I am running 30 round magazines of SR3M. This comes standard with the SR3M Vicher rifle, but it is also compatible with the VSS and the AS Val, so that's what I'm running in my VSS Merc. Here's the thing. At the request of, let's read the description. At the request of the Syndicate of Mercenaries, a team of enthusiastic scientists led by Professor Sakharov was engaged in finalizing the prototype, develop and conduct field trials. It took about 20 artifacts from gravitational anomalies. As a result, this allowed the Picatinny bar to be installed on the receiver without loss of accuracy, as well as improved mechanics, which led to higher reliability. The attachments are a 80 PI-AL Advanced Target Pointer Illuminator Aiming Laser, AN-PEQ-15, produced by L3 Insight Technologies. The tactical device combines laser designator in both visible and IR band with IR searchlight. Scopes, all except one P59 Gripen, a Fab Defense stock and foregrip, and the internally, of course, suppressed barrel. So, ultimately, what is this? Well, this is a integrally suppressed subsonic rifle. This means that these bullets hit like a truck. They don't have the world's best penetration capabilities, but this is not a weapon against Monolith. This is a weapon for these parts of the zone. The AP variant will pierce level 3 protection. The FMJ variant, or not really the FMJ variant, the standard variant, let's say. It is a subsonic round with bimetallic casing. The round contains a steel core with a gap behind it, and it is filled with lead. So this isn't full metal jacket. It's... There's no short way of calling this, so I'm going to be referring to them as SP5 and SP6, because they're very complicated rounds. You can't just abbreviate them as, you know, standard or non-standard, or full metal jacket or not full metal jacket or whatever. It doesn't work like that. It's very complicated rounds. So, either way, requires a suppressor for stealth firing used by special service of Warsaw Pact countries. This is subsonic ammunition, so it's very, very, very quiet. Also, once you actually shoot this, there's no whizzing through the air. There's no echoing. So, you know, when you fire around from like a hunting rifle or something, there's the initial explosion of the powder, the gunpowder, and the blast from all the pressure and the gas that propels the bullet forward. But as the bullet travels, it breaks the sound barrier, so there's whizzing and there's sort of thing, right? Not with this subsonic ammo. Extremely quiet, especially at distances. However, the problem is the bullet drops with distance, but I don't intend on using it at extreme ranges, up to 100 meters basically, and I think the VSS is good up to 300 to 400 meters easy, so yeah, more than enough. If I need to shoot something at great distances, here's the tool for that, the M700, the M700 Deer Hunter. So, anyways, what's the deal with this? Well, subsonic, like I said, quiet, high tissue damage because it's a 9mm, and it's gonna work great against duty, against loners, against anything that I'm gonna hit down here in these parts of the zone. It's even going to work okay against Monolith in limited numbers, like I said, but the armor-piercing capability being kind of low is a bit of a problem. So yeah, I've also put my own, I think it's a Seymour red dot on top of it. It's just make things a little bit more convenient, easy to aim, easier to acquire targets, though the iron sights are actually fine. And obviously I do have this weapon as well. So, I wanted to just, I guess, make my intention known as to what I'm going to do with this weapon and why I've picked this. The bullets are pretty gosh darn expensive, but at the same time, with a weapon like this, because it's silenced, because it's just awesome, I'm not going to be using full auto. So even though it does have a full auto setting, single fire for me, and we should be good. So, I want to leave the city. Well, actually, do I want to leave the city? I've been thinking about heading to Zaton. That was my second order of business for the day, basically, because alternatively, if I don't head to Zaton, I could head down to Yantar and then probably make my way back to Agraprom. By the way, this is going to work against terrifically against military as well, because their armor isn't the best, even on some of the high-ranking officers and stuff. So, yeah, it's tough because I don't really know where to go. Do need to head to the bandits. Also, things got dark all of a sudden, very quickly. Well, there's a monolith convert over at army warehouses. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and kill the monolith convert, walk around army warehouses a little bit, maybe. Well, actually, where do I go from there? Like, down here and down here again. It's not ideal. But I don't really see where else I can go. I mean, Limansk or back to Limansk is always an option. There is a stash up there for me. No, no. No, I'm gonna go to Zaton. Yeah. I want to leave the city. I'm ready to head to Zaton. Let's go.